myself a chicken pot pie. I know it doesn't look like chicken pot pie, that's because it's upside down. When I took it out of the microwave, I bought it at the deli, and I put it in the microwave. I took it out of the little tray and I turned it upside down. I didn't realize there's no pastry on the bottom, only on the top. So the pastry's on the bottom, it's there somewhere. And I have this delicious peanut butter marshmallow square. You see me make this on my cooking channel. So anyways, and I'm drinking some water today. Now, it's that time, it's getting very festive, very close to Christmas. And I have a few shout outs to do, okay? A few shout outs. So I'm going to get to those right now. So, first of all, Steve Deschamps. I think it's Deschamps or Deschamps, something like that. Deschamps, I think that's how you pronounce it. Noah Huggins. Hash Daddy Ray. Brandon. It looks like it might be Rodriguez. RDR. And then it looks like GZZ. So I'm thinking that's like an abbreviation for Rodriguez. But anyways, Brandon, shout out to you. Matthew 9753. Tito Omi. Foxy Noxy. Lone Drogum. Or Drogum, I think it is. Now a shout out to Paul, Ahmed, and Olivia. To those three, Paul, Ahmed, and Olivia. RK Malo. Okay, RK Malo. This is not the first shout I've done for this viewer. And if I mispronounced it before, so this viewer sounded it out for me. So hopefully, if I've got it wrong now, then I've really screwed up. Speed Freely, and it's looks like Karoo 80. That's Kelsing from the UK. So Kelsing from the UK. So a big shout out to these people, and a big shout out to all of you as well. Okay, big shout out. So I'm gonna taste this chicken pot pie here. See what it's like. Not too bad. A little on the salty side. So we're very close to Christmas. Maybe I can take my glasses off. So I want to talk about 16 of my favorite Christmas specials. You know, kind of the ones that I can't do without. You know how sometimes at Christmas there's just certain Christmas specials you have to see, otherwise it feels like it's not Christmas, kind of, you know what I mean? So anyways, I think I got 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there's about 16 there. So these are not in any particular order. And I mean, it doesn't matter if I see all of these at Christmas, as long as I see about half of them are just some of my favorite ones. And at the very end, I'll tell you like my real must-sees. Okay. Now, once again, these are not in any particular order. Okay. So, first of all, It's a Wonderful Life. Now, I had never seen that movie from beginning to end until just about maybe 5 years ago. I always seen snippets of it here and there, but never actually watched the whole film. And I actually kind of enjoyed it. I really did. It's not a real must-see for me, but when it's on at Christmas, I do enjoy watching it now. And it's a real classic, that one, as you know. I mean, it's been around forever. And of course, when you see Christmas Vacation, they kind of pay homage to that movie at one point there. Every time a bell rings, is it an angel gets her wings, or something like that? No. The next one is one that I've only seen, I think, maybe twice now or 3 times. It's very Christmas Chronicles with Kurt Russell. One of my coworkers told me about it and said it's hilarious, that I'd really enjoy it. So I thought, okay, I'll give it a whirl. This was probably, a few years ago. So Linda and I watched it, and I really enjoyed it. I thought Kurt Russell was great. He was just hilarious, and it's a really fun movie. It's very timely with the humor. It's very good. At one point, he kind of waves his hand like dismisses something as fake news. It's kind of funny. No, they had a second one. It was a little bit more darker. It's funny how a lot of sequels are like that. The first one's real upbeat, really great. The second one is a lot of times kind of dark, and that's the way this one was. I may have to use my knife here, I think. So, that's a very enjoyable movie. A lot of the movies have the same message, kind of, about, people that don't believe in Santa Claus and that sort of thing. Yeah. Now, another movie, and I read this book. It's called, I think it was a John Grisham novel called Skipping Christmas. And it was made into a movie called Christmas with the Kranks. And that's been on several times already on TV. And it's really good. I really enjoyed that movie. Great performances. Emma Walsh is in that movie, and Tim Allen and Dan Aykroyd and a few others. It's got kind of a surprise twist at the end, and I kind of like that. Kind of cool. It's a very, very good movie, I thought. But yeah, I've seen that a few times now. I saw it for the first time probably maybe just 3 or 4 years ago, and I've watched it every year since. Now, another one is GRINCH. Now, I've watched the cartoon GRINCH for years. Making a bit of a mess here. I've been watching the cartoon GRINCH for years. The Jim Carrey movie, I saw it at the movie theater with my daughter. And it's, Jim Carrey he just nails it. Nobody else could have played that character like he did. But I can honestly say it's not a must-see for me, but I do enjoy the cartoon. That's kind of a must-see, so I enjoy watching that. The cartoon, I remember watching that as a child, a little kid. I was watching that when I was like a wee little kid. That shows you how old it is. Now, another cartoon, FROSTY. Now, there's been a few sequels, but I'm talking about the original one, made back in the 60s with Jackie Vernon doing the voice for Frosty. I used to have, years ago, like 30 years ago, I had all these cartoons and movies on VHS for my kids so they could watch, one after another. And it's so cool that my kids grew up watching a lot of the same cartoons I did. And some nights getting close to Christmas, they'd have one cartoon after another, so we'd let the kids stay up a little bit later and, have some treats and everything and kind of get the Christmas spirit. must-see movie for me is Home Alone. You know, it's funny, when that came out and I saw the preview on TV, I thought it looked ridiculous, because basically they showed Macaulay Culkin running him down the hallway screaming like this. And I thought, how annoying is that, you know? But when I saw the movie, I really, really enjoyed it. And there's a lot of parts of that movie that are very, very uplifting, and they almost kind of bring a tear to your eye, you know. And I like the part where he walks into the church and he meets his neighbor, you know, the old guy that thinks is, you know, is a murderer or something like that, you know. And you know, the music, "Oh Holy Night," is very powerful. It's just a beautiful scene of that whole movie. And of course, it's funny as all heck, you know. Joe Pesci, and what's that other guy's name? Oh, I forgot, but I mean, I know who he is. He's funny. But anyways, those two together, you know who I mean. Excellent. I mean, it's just one laugh after another. You know, even year after year, I've seen that movie so many times, I still chuckle, you know. No, it's got a really good cast. Very, very good. I like it. But, so yeah, that's pretty much a must-see for me. Yeah. Now, another one is Christmas Story. You know, you'll shoot your eye out, that one. Now, I believe that takes place in the 40s. Before I was born, but to me it seems so authentic, you know. It's just like a really good, wholesome movie. I really like it. It's, you know, just a, you know, middle-class family. In Cleveland, I think, but anyways, you know, it's just so nice. I really enjoy that movie. You know, the little kid wants his Red Ryder BB gun, and it's just so funny, you know. Everyone tells him he'll shoot his eye out, and, you know, at the end he almost does. It's funny, Linda can't stand that scene where the mother's feeding his little brother all those mashed potatoes, and the little kid is snorting like a pig, and he's got mashed potatoes over his face. Anyway, but I really enjoy that movie. The first time I saw that was at a movie theater. It came out, it was made in '83. I saw it probably 10 years later. It was for a Christmas party. My ex used to work at a store, and they had really good Christmas parties for the adults, like the employees, and for the kids. And this was the kids' Christmas party. They had it at a movie theater, and we watched that movie. And of course, they met Santa Claus after. So I really enjoy that movie every year. It's funny. Now a cartoon I've not seen in a dog's age is Garfield. Garfield, the Christmas one where he goes to visit his parents on the farm. And, or John goes to visit his parents and brings Garfield along. I haven't seen that in so many years. And, you know, I did a bit of research. Apparently it came out in '87, and they discontinued airing it in the year 2000. And I was wondering why I hadn't seen it for a while. Now, we had that on videotape as well, on VHS, so we saw it on VHS. I wasn't too concerned, but I noticed I hadn't been seeing it. So in order to watch it, you have to look for it on the internet. You like no YouTube or somewhere, it's on there. You can usually find it somewhere on there. So I've always enjoyed that one. You know, my ex was a real Garfield fan. I'd never even heard of Garfield till I met her. But anyways, I really enjoyed that cartoon. I thought it was very well done. Very Christmassy. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Now, Rudolph, the claymation cartoon. I watched that the other night. Now that will always have a special place in my heart because I remember in 1964, I think that was the first year that it aired, and our whole entire family watched it on TV. It was like the first time it was on TV we watched it. And I remember all these car commercials and I couldn't wait for the commercial to finish so they could get back to the cartoon. I love that cartoon. I know all the lines by heart, you know. It's funny. My best friend John, 6'5", big guy. He's younger than me. He was born in 65. But when he used to see that cartoon on TV and that show The Abominable Snowman, like that big white yeti, that used to scare the living daylights out of him apparently, which is hard to believe when you look at him now, but I kind of bug him about that once in a while, you know. But it's kind of funny. I should have brought a spoon over here. This gravy's pretty good. So anyway, I like Rudolph. For that reason, it's very sentimental to me. Very sentimental because, like I said, when I was a child, I saw that for the first time when I was, I'd have been 7 years old then. And I remember it like it was yesterday, watching that. I can put this over here. So anyway, yeah, Rudolph. Now, another movie. When I saw the preview to this one too, I just kind of shook my head. I thought, seriously, Elf. Now, Elf is a movie that it's grown on me in the last while. It came out, I think, in 2003, and I couldn't even, I didn't bother watching it. I was never really a Will Ferrell fan, but I've kind of warmed up to Will Ferrell too. And he's an interesting guy. I've seen him do a drum off with Chad Smith from Red Hot Chili Peppers. I mean, he's certainly not as good as Chad Smith, but he holds his own. And they kind of look the same too. It's kind of funny. But I like Will Ferrell. But that movie, it's grown on me too. You know, when I first saw it, like I said, I kind of cringed a bit, but now it's become a must-see. I really enjoy that movie. It's funny when you see James Caan. I mean, he was in The Godfather, you know, he always played tough guys, and he's been in a few comedies, but always kind of plays it straight when he's in a comedy, you know, he's like the straight guy. And he's very well suited for this particular movie. And it's a very Christmassy movie, and it takes place in New York. It's, you know, I think it's funny when, at the beginning, or thereabouts, when Will Ferrell at one point is sitting on Bob Newhart's on his lap, and he's just huge because Bob Newhart is an elf, right? And Will Ferrell is not an elf, but he was raised like an elf. first I thought Will Ferrell's character was a bit over the top. But I guess I've gotten used to that. I still enjoy that movie. Charlie Brown Christmas. I saw that movie when it first came out in '65. I think I've seen it every year. That's a must-see for me. A must-see. You know, there's some movies that doesn't seem like it's Christmas until you've watched certain movies or cartoons. And that's one cartoon that I just have to see. I love Charlie Brown Christmas. When I was a little kid, the part where they were at the school, and Linus goes on stage and is explaining the meaning of Christmas. To me, that seemed like the longest part of the movie. It just seemed so long, you know. Now I think that's one of my favorite parts of the movie, or the cartoon. I keep calling it a movie. I mean to say cartoon. And I love the ending. I just love the whole gist of that cartoon. I like how they kind of poke fun at, like bubblegum cards, like, you know, because the Beatles had a lot of bubblegum cards, and Lucy says, well, I've never seen him on a bubblegum card, you know, stuff like that. Is it Lucy who says that, or Schroeder? You would think with all the times I've seen that movie I would know, but anyways, great cartoon. I gotta stop calling it a movie, it's a cartoon. So anyway, I've watched that cartoon from the time I was a little kid, and I love watching it. There's another Peanuts movie. Oh, another Peanuts cartoon. God, what's wrong with me? Anyways, and I saw it for the first time about 5 years ago, and they focus a lot. It's a newer one, and they focus more on Snoopy as well on that one, I think. But that's pretty good too. Now, the next one is a movie, Scrooge, the 1951 version with Alistair Sim. Now, I've seen many versions of that, and they're all pretty good, I have to admit. I've even seen cartoon versions. I've seen a lot. I've seen one with Henry Winkler and Patrick Stewart. I've seen all kinds of them. But the one with Alistair Sim is my favorite. The first time I recall seeing that was, oh my, probably when I was a young teen, probably around 1970, maybe thereabouts. And of course, it was the black and white version. They've colorized it. And I remember when I first saw the colored version, I couldn't watch it. It just didn't seem right, because I was so used to black and white. But I've got a DVD that has both versions on it. My kids gave it to me, I think, one year for Christmas. So it has both versions, black and white, and the color. And I can watch either or now. But to me, that is a must-see. I have to watch that movie. I just have to. It doesn't seem like Christmas unless I watch that movie. So, Alistair Sim, I honestly think Alistair Sim was born to play that role. He was put on this earth to play that role. He plays it so well. So good. So good. It's just, the whole cast is absolutely stellar. They're fabulous. It's so realistic, you know. But his performance is just, if you watch his performance, just all the little nuances and everything is just, it's fabulous. What a great actor. Now, another movie, and I saw it last night, Jingle All the Way. Now, one once again. When I first saw the preview for that, it showed Arnold Schwarzenegger and a reindeer in the house, and I just rolled my eyes and thought, oh brother. But you know what? It's a great movie. I love it. I love Sinbad. Sinbad is so good in that movie. You know, Martin Mull has a cameo, and you know, Robert Conrad is so good. He plays the cop. And of course, Arnold's really good. But Sinbad is a hoot. Great ending. I love that whole movie, I really do. And like I said, I watched it last night. No. And that's one movie I have to see every year. I've actually missed it a few years for whatever reason. Now, an absolute must-see is the Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase. I first saw that when it first came out, I think around 89 thereabouts. And I absolutely loved it. And I watch it every year. I have to see that movie. It's just so funny. I mean, I've watched it so many times over and over, but I still enjoy it, you know. It's just a hoot, it really is. I never get tired of it, you know. It has so many strong performances by so many people in that movie. It's great, you know. Really, really, really funny. Now, Miracle on 34th Street. The one I'm talking about was the one that came out, I think, in the 40s or 47 or something. And I really enjoy that movie. They made another one that came out around 94. And it had some familiar actors in it. The guy from Jurassic Park was in it. He played the Santa Claus, but I didn't really care for it as much. I really didn't. I like the original one. It's just so good. I really like it. Natalie Wood is a little girl. Kind of funny seeing her as a little girl because I remember seeing her as a full-grown woman in quite a few movies. But I really enjoyed watching that movie. I remember seeing that movie as a little kid. It was on TV, and I was probably, I don't know, 8 or 10 years old first time I saw it. I probably didn't find it as interesting then as I do now. But I really enjoy it. Now another movie is not really a must-see, but I kind of enjoyed it the first time I saw it, The Santa Claus. There's been a few sequels, and I haven't cared for the sequels, but the first one with Tim Allen, that one I actually enjoyed. It was pretty good. Last night, I watched a movie called Fred Claus for the first time with Vince Vaughn and Paul Giamatti. You know, I don't think it'll ever be a must-see. You know, it had some funny moments. All these extras dressed up as little elves and kind of funny, you know. I haven't said to Linda, it must be a blast making movies. Like doing those scenes where you got all those little elves dancing around and, you know, kind of funny. But I didn't add that to my list. I just happened to mention that I saw it last night. I mean, I was aware of the movie a long time ago, and I'd seen little snippets here and there, but wasn't really interested. But I watched it last night for the first time because there was nothing else on, and yeah, we enjoyed it. I didn't think he'd go back with his girlfriend, but he did. I don't want to give anything away. But, yeah. You know, there's a lot of Christmas movies on. I think if I had to make a list of the must-sees, now there's 16 movies. This is 16. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16. I would have to see, for sure, Charlie Brown Christmas, Scrooge, Christmas Vacation. Those three definitely top my list. Home Alone. Yeah, Home Alone definitely tops my list. So, yeah, Charlie Brown, Scrooge, Christmas Vacation, Home Alone. Those four for sure. Rudolph. And probably Miracle on 34th Street. Those five I would have to see for sure if I could only pick five. And then after that, you know, there's just certain movies that kind of make my Christmas. You know what I mean? You just have to see them. So, anyways, well, my dear friends, it's getting close to Christmas. I hope that you got your shopping done. I've got 2 more Christmas-oriented videos to do. My next one will be my last Christmas catalog. It's I've got it right here. I'll just show it to you. It's a Sears Wish book. Let me get rid of this. A Sears Wish book from 1988. Okay. Sears Wish book from 1988. So my youngest son was born in 88. So that's quite some time ago. And then after that, I'll do my actual Christmas video where I'll probably have eggnog or hot chocolate, a bunch of treats, and I'll have my Bob Ross, Christmas shirt on, and that sort of thing. Yeah. So, and then I'm going to do one about Boxing Day, because a lot of people don't know about Boxing Day, and it's not about this, it's about something else. So, I'll do that. Boxing Day in Canada and all the other Commonwealth countries, to my knowledge, it's always December 26th, the day after Christmas. So, I'll do probably a video on that. So anyways, my dear friends, I hope you're doing well. Okay? Hope you're getting your shopping done. You're not getting too stressed, okay? There's more to Christmas than, presents and all that. To me, it's more about family. That's the most important thing, is having all 3 of my kids in the same room just for one day. That's the most important thing. And my mom is still looking forward to Christmas. She's 97, so it's all good. So you take care of my friends. We'll see you next time. I hope you're staying amazing out there in the land of awesome. Big shout out to all of you. I love you all. So you look after yourselves, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye-bye.